welcome to another exciting episode of the Travel Talkies. और आज हमारे साथ है बहुत ही interesting guest. Welcome अजय सर.
Thank you so much and hi listeners and viewers.
इनके बारे में जितना ही बोलेंगे उतना कम है. He's a veteran traveler, a veteran travel photographer जिन्होंने इंडिया में travel photography को basically शुरू किया.
In a way,
yeah. ये ऐसे बहुत ही मॉडेस्ट होकर के बोल रहे हैं. मैं आपको बता दूं, he's traveled to more than 45 countries. 4 जंबो पासपोर्ट्स हैं इनके पास. कैन यू इमेजिन? और लगभग 500 से भी ज्यादा बार इनके पासपोर्ट पर ठप्पा पड़ा है. सो इससे ज्यादा तो अब हम क्या ही बताएं इनके बारे में.
Thank you so much.
So welcome,
you're embarrassing me.
एक ऐसा शो है जहां पर हम एक्सप्लोर करते हैं बहुत ही बेहतरीन एडवेंचरस क्वर्की ट्रैवल स्टोरीज. किस तरीके से लोगों ने अपने पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंसेस से अपनी लाइफ को टोटली अपने ट्रैवल वाली लाइफ को एक पैशन बना लिया. सो आज ऐसी ही इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी हम जानेंगे. सो सर, व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट योर करियर, I've read a lot about it and मैंने जाना कि ट्रैवल करने से पहले, ट्रैवल फोटोग्राफी में एंटर करने से पहले, you had a vast career into advertising which spanned for over 27 odd years.
That's right. I was in advertising ever since I finished my MBA. I got into advertising in 1983 and I worked in the industry till 2010. So yes, I was in advertising. So that job took me around and took me to various places. It also in a way inspired me to take that on as my second innings.
करेक्ट. सो आज हम सेकेंड इनिंग्स के बारे में ही जानना चाहेंगे, आपके ट्रैवल एक्सपीरियंसेस के बारे में जानना चाहेंगे, क्योंकि ट्रैवल आज के ज़माने में एक ऐसी चीज़ है जो हर कोई करना पसंद करता है. किसी को भी मौका मिलता है तो हर कोई चाहता है कि यार मैं यहाँ घूमने चले जाऊँ, मेरा सपना है कि मैं पेरिस जाऊँ, लंदन जाऊँ. सो आपकी जर्नी, हाउ डिड यू स्विच ऑन टू योर सेकेंड इनिंग्स?
Stopped working in 2010 and when I, as they say, hung my corporate shoes, I was exploring options as to what I should do.
Correct.
So photography was always a passion and in fact I started photography when I was quite young. I was 10 or 11 years old. And I had in today's time it's called a medium format camera. It was a TLR. यहाँ छाती पे रख के उसको inverted frame दिखता था उसका. उसी से मैंने फोटोग्राफी शुरू की थी बहुत मुद्दत पहले. लेकिन in 2010 when I stopped working for others in corporate, ended my corporate life, that's when मैंने कहा ठीक है, अब मेरे को वो करना है जो मुझे पसंद है, जो मेरी खुद की ख्वाहिश है. So that's when I picked up the camera and started photography. तो पहले 6 महीने तकरीबन मैं फूड और फैशन फोटोग्राफी कर रहा था. बट देन इट डिडंट गिव मी एनी सेटिस्फैक्शन बिकॉज इट वाज स्टिल कीपिंग मी इंडोर्स. वो स्टूडियो की लाइट्स और स्टूडियो की 4 दीवारी, उसी के अंदर.
So, जो कॉर्पोरेट आप छोड़ना चाह रहे थे वो सेम एनवायरनमेंट यू वर गेटिंग फूड और फैशन फोटोग्राफी.
प्रिसाइजली.
बट द कैमरा मस्ट बी वही एक चीज थी जो आपको मे बी बांध के रख रही थी.
नहीं, वो मैंने शुरू इसीलिए किया था क्योंकि उसमें कैमरा इन्वॉल्व था.
Correct.
लेकिन वो 2, 4, 6 लाइट्स और 4 दीवारी was not really what I was looking forward to. My other passion was travel. So and I'm talking of 2010. उस वक्त कोई खास established travel photographers ज़्यादा नहीं थे इंडिया में
नहीं थे.
तो in a way I was one of the pioneers of the genre. So I started doing travel photography. तो शुरू में उसके लिए एक मैंने ग्रुप बनाया था. फेसबुक पे ग्रुप था एंड इट वाज कॉल्ड ट्रैवलोग्राफी.
अच्छा, ट्रैवल एंड साथ में
फोटोग्राफी.
Okay.
So from NCR, anything which was within 400 kilometers, whether it was north, south, east or west, we did tours to all those places. as a group. So it helped in two ways. One, it helped amortize costs, because when groups travel, naturally the costs
Cost
come
comes
down.
down. Yeah.
And second was, I was at that time also exploring options and avenues of how to create my portfolio.
Correct.
Because without a portfolio, you're nothing
You're
in a
nothing.
creative field.
Yeah.
So वो पहले 1.5-2 साल में उससे काफ़ी मदद मिली. I got covered in various newspapers and magazines also, and I had started writing in 2007. So जब photography की बात आई तो photos भेजनी शुरू की magazines को. तो उनका यही था कि आप 300-500 words लिख भी दीजिए. So I was forced into writing. But touch wood, today I write decently, and my articles have appeared in almost all the travel magazines like Outlook Traveler or Nat Geo Traveler or Travel and Leisure, you name it. It's been
Exactly.
there.
मतलब हर किसी का सपना होता है to be in an Outlook or a Nat Geo. So I think you've already fulfilled those criteria and tick marked those boxes. So
Yeah.
had you imagined when you had started that you would write and do photography for such platforms?
See, photography, my intent was always, I was focused that since I am in travel photography, I need to be featured in all these so-called prestigious travel magazines, publications,
correct.
etc. So that always was at the back of the mind when I started travel photography. But travel writing was kind of imposed on me by the circumstance, because whosoever I pitched a story to, they said, sir, इसके बारे में लिख के भी भेजिए कुछ.
So as you just said कि you had to pitch a story. So किस तरीके से you had to reach to these mediums, these platforms that मैंने ये photos खींची हैं. Did you used to write any sort of emails, or what was the actual तरीका?
It was a mix of various things. One, since I was in advertising, so मेरे थोड़ी बहुत जान पहचान थी मीडिया में. तो कुछ वो contacts थे, but those contacts were more in space selling kind of guys, not in editorial, but they at least put me through to some of them.
Yeah.
And then I would pitch a story by sending a few images saying that, okay, this is a destination I've been to, so would you like to cover it, etc. So that's how
that was the route.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
just talked about a destination. So which was your first destination that you actually explored for your travel photography?
first destination that I explored for travel photography. Okay, that was way back, I think 2001 or 2. I went to Greece. So we spent about 17-18 days in Greece and Greek island, which was Skiathos. So that was the first time I was actually exploring a destination. उसके बाद तो it's been
So tell us
long.
about the experience. मतलब पहला experience होगा. So
पहला
how-
experience was a family vacation. At that time I was not into photography. So I was still working in advertising. Yeah. So it was a family vacation, but what we had done was that we explored Athens, we went to Delphi, we went to Volos, then from there we took a ferry and went to Skiathos and spent, I think, a couple of weeks there.
Right.
And so the experience was, it was family fun at that time.
Yeah.
But I was at that time also a shutterbug, so I was clicking away.
Clicking.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the camera never stopped.
Camera
Actually,
never stopped.
you spoke about Greece initially in 2001 and 2. So right now we're in 2024 और बहुत सारे changes आ चुके हैं. People, how they travel has drastically changed. So what has been your experience?
See, experience की बात करने से पहले let me share with you a brief thing about me. I have visited now more than 45 countries and I have photographed more than 110 UNESCO World Heritage sites.
These numbers speak.
So no, but over the years what I have noticed is at one time, destination used to be the hero. Then slowly the whole transition happened, and today people who go to the destination takes a back seat, and those people become, so to say, the center of attraction. So that transition has happened, and the big factor for that to happened is the fact that cameras, which were beyond the reach of most people, are now in people's hands.
Exactly, and that's what we call our
mobile phone. Absolutely. So because of that, everybody thinks he or she is a photographer till you ask them to switch to manual mode of photography, because that's when challenges begin to surface.
Correct.
So I've seen this transition. At the same time, I don't see this taking over professional photography, because it can never match the quality that professional photography helps you get. So that's the difference. So yes, there has been a transition, but then nothing to worry about for photographers.
Absolutely. While you just mentioned that you've traveled to about 45 countries. So tell us more than 45 countries.
Yeah.
Okay. So how has your experience been I'm sure the experience would have been different in each country. ठीक है, सब एक जैसा एक्सपीरियंस तो बिल्कुल नहीं होगा. हर कंट्री का अपना एक कल्चर होता है, अपना एक फूड होता है, अपनी एक पहचान होती है. सो इफ यू कैन गिव अस सम ऑफ योर बेस्ट and some of your worst as well.
Just to add to what you were saying, see, I also teach photography, and in that my specialization is architectural photography. So उसमें मैं first thing which I tell people is कि अगर आपको आंखों पे पट्टी बांध के कहीं ले जाएं और वहाँ जाके पट्टी खोलें, तो आप उस जगह को पहचानते कैसे हैं? The first thing that comes to mind is the architecture of the place. That's the one key thing that defines a place.
Correct.
You can find similarities, let's say, in Vienna and Prague. Why? Because both were Habsburg kingdoms. Those were the rulers, common rulers. So they had summer capital here and winter capital there. So उसमें similarity मिल जाएगी, लेकिन otherwise that architecture of the place defines a place. So over the years, what I have noticed is that's one key thing which defines a destination. The second thing is the ethnicity of the people, how they dress, how they behave, how they talk, their language, all of that is the second thing which defines the place. So that's been my experience over the years.
Correct. So any particular experience, any particular photograph that you've clicked and has had a lasting impact on you?
Many of them, but let me talk about couple of them. One is the New York skyline from Empire State Building. You are in the pass that you have or the tickets that you buy, you are allowed 2 trips up the entire Empire State Building. One in the daytime and one in the evening. And so the evening trip, I had to really hurry because I was trying to catch the blue hour. And blue hour is it's very ephemeral. वो थोड़ी देर के लिए आता है.
So you have to be there for that particular few seconds.
Absolutely. And that evening, when they allow you in for the second trip, second visit, उस वक्त लाइन तो लगी होती है. So उसको मैं तोड़ फोड़ के लाइन को मैं जैसे तैसे ऊपर गया. And then, as a travel photographer, although I carry a tripod, but when I'm on itineraries like this, tripod is a heavy thing to carry, and that's not very convenient. It's very
Correct.
tardy.
Yeah.
So I had to shoot the New York skyline during blue hour, handheld, without a tripod. So it was a long exposure shot, but thankfully I have steady hands, so so I could get that. I think
Yeah.
that it was a 2-second exposure or something, but I got crystal clear, razor sharp edges of that skyline. So that's one.
So we'll make our viewers see that photograph if that's
Sure.
possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Second is there is this story from Kutna Hora. It's a small town in Czech Republic.
Hmm.
The story is 16th, 17th century में कोई Abbot Henry, he brought a sack full of Jerusalem soil to Czech Republic, and he sprinkled it in a plot of land there.
Yeah.
So suddenly that place became the holiest burial place in Czech Republic.
Oh.
All the royals, all the aristocrats, they wanted to be buried there. You know, holy site,
Holy site. Yeah.
right? Jerusalem soil
Yeah,
and all.
yeah.
Soon that place got crowded by the dead.
Oh God. Yes, obviously. I mean, when everybody wants to be there, so
Absolutely. So then they turned it into a crypt. So it was a multi-storied
really.
cemetery. Yeah. Well, crypts are commonplace.
Commonplace,
So,
okay.
but even crypt became, too small for them to do any more burials, because that place ultimately got totally filled.
Yeah.
So then they commissioned somebody who was a carpenter by trade to see what can be done with this. There are skeletons all over, there are human bones all over. So he dug up a few, bleached them, and started creating things like coat of arms and stuff with bones.
Oh my God.
And interestingly, the authorities,
Should I get scared or should I get excited to know
excited.
Okay.
No, so the authorities there, they approved that okay, this looks good. It's quite decorative. So they commissioned him to decorate an entire church with human bones,
So you mean to say that there is an entire church
which is
it
decorated in human bones.
and it's still there?
It is there.
Oh my God.
It is in Kutna Hora, and it's called Sedlec Ossuary, but the commonly understood name is Bone Church.
Oh.
And that Bone Church, to photograph that was quite an experience.
I mean,
Because-
obviously, it's an experience for us to hear the story. So I'm sure it would have been an amazing experience for you to photograph it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, altar where all the prayers happen, etc. Everything, like there are strings of human
Bones,
skulls and bones and everything. The whole
So that
thing is-
entire place is totally holy.
It is holy.
It is
It's
holy.
totally holy, and those bones have been bleached, and in some way they're preserved. So it's with, but the whole decoration is with human bones.
Correct. So these two, I think, have had a lasting impact on you for sure.
There is a third one, which
Okay.
is a very somber one. So, and that is an erstwhile concentration camp in Poland, Auschwitz.
Yeah, Auschwitz. Yeah, I've heard.
And Auschwitz actually is not just one camp. There are 3 separate areas: Auschwitz, Monowitz, and Birkenau. So these 3, they're within the total of about 25 square kilometer. That entire thing.
Okay.
It accounted for 1.3 million people who were killed there by Nazis. It was the worst of the Holocaust sites. It's now been converted into a museum and a memorial. But all those buildings still have the gestalt of what used to be when it was a concentration camp. Like you have a building which is the entire the aisle that you walk through, both sides have sheet glass, and behind the sheet glass you have prisoners' shoes, their spectacles,
Still lying there.
still their prostheses, सब कुछ वहाँ पे अभी भी डिस्प्ले पे है. And even today, anybody who visits, and it's a place where you really feel low. You feel, how can humans do this against their own race?
Yeah.
And for Jews, it is a pilgrimage. They go there because their ancestors were killed there.
Correct. I've also been to such site in Budapest.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, on the sideways of the river, you can see the shoes that are still there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that in Budapest because I was there. But the other place where I saw bones like that, which I talked about at Bone Church, was in France. They have that underground, what are they called?
The underground caves or something that they have.
Yeah, they have the caves where they stacked up the human bones again.
Oh my.
No, that is because Paris also had the problem of overpopulation of burials. Let's put it that way.
So I think you've been I mean, it's something that has been really close to you. Have been the bones.
No, bones is one thing. I'm saying bones is one thing. It's not that
So is that? I
don't consciously seek.
Okay.
It's just that whichever destination you go to, what does it offer? For example, as a travel photographer, I can't say I won't shoot wildlife, because if I've gone to a destination which is wildlife centric, like I went to Tanzania or to Kenya or to South Africa,
Correct.
I've shot wildlife. So over there I carry long lenses. When it comes to landscapes or similar stuff, I carry wide lenses. And when I'm talking of architecture, then I'll carry a perspective controller or a tilt shift lens.
So that totally depends on the destination that you're traveling.
Precisely.
Correct.
So, and I can't ignore that if there is a cultural festival or a music festival, or there is the street is offering great images, so I can't ignore street photography. I can't ignore any of those aspects.
Any of the elements. I mean, it's a
Absolutely.
part and parcel of travel photography.
photography.
Correct. So if we talk about, you shared a lot of experiences, international experiences with us. But when it comes to India, which has been your favorite place?
Forget favorite.
Yeah.
I'll just take you through one little journey I did 2 years ago.
Okay.
I was relocating from Bangalore to Gurgaon. So instead of coming through the normal route, I meandered through India and covered a few destinations. So I first went to Hampi, spent 3 nights there. Then I went
In
to
Karnataka.
in Karnataka. So Hampi by itself is a UNESCO destination.
site. Yeah.
So from there I went to Warangal, past Hyderabad.
Yeah.
And from about 60 kilometers from Warangal is a temple called Ramappa Temple, which into 2021 was inscribed as UNESCO site.
Okay.
So I covered that. Then I moved through Nagpur to Jhansi.
So you entered Maharashtra then?
Then I entered Maharashtra. Then Madhya Pradesh.
Madhya Pradesh.
Finally, in Madhya Pradesh, I went to one very unorthodox destination called Morena.
Morena. हाँ.
Now Morena is Chambal Ghati. It was infested with dacoits. वहाँ पे I explored the temples, which were, some of them are 1,000-year-old.
So that means you took the road that was less traveled by.
Less traveled. So in Morena, I went to a Treta Yuga temple called Shanichara. It's a Shani temple, and उसमें कहते हैं कि वो ऊपर से मीटियोराइट गिरी थी.
अच्छा.
उससे वो प्रतिमा बनाई गई है शनि की, और उसी मीटियोराइट से नासिक में जो फेमस शनिचरा टेम्पल है, वहाँ पे भी एक फेमस टेम्पल है, उसकी प्रतिमा भी उसी उल्का से बनाई गई थी.
उसी मीटियोराइट से.
जी. और उस टेम्पल में वेरी इंटरेस्टिंगली आज भी मैं हैरान हूँ, मैंने और कहीं नहीं देखा. वहाँ पे देयर आर 2 wheelchair friendly ramps, because the entire terrain of Chambal is ravines. It's very undulating terrain.
Yeah.
तो उसमें वो it's physically challenged people have no problems visiting that place. Similarly, there is a group of temples, 108 to be precise, called Bateshwar. बटेश्वर महादेव वो सब डिसइंटेग्रेट हो गए थे, बिकॉज वो सीमेंट वगैरह तो था नहीं उस टाइम में, तो वो पत्थरों से ही बने थे, तो डिसइंटेग्रेट हो गए ओवर द इयर्स. तो ASI में उस वक्त रीजनल असिस्टेंट डायरेक्टर होते थे के मोहम्मद, डॉक्टर के मोहम्मद. उन्होंने उसको रेस्टोर करने की सोची, लेकिन डर ये था कि वहाँ डेकॉइट्स बहुत है. तब ही अप्रोच्ड दिस डेकॉइट कॉल्ड निर्भय गुज्जर. वो अब तो मर गया है, आई थिंक वो एनकाउंटर वगैरह में ही मरा था. तो निर्भय गुज्जर ने उनको तसल्ली दी और प्रोटेक्शन दी कि आप ये रेस्टोर कीजिए, आपको यहाँ कोई खतरा नहीं है. So this is how that restoration of that happened. Then there is another temple which. So
along the way you were experiencing all of this.
हाँ, हमने सब ये देखा. तो तीसरा एक है जिसका नाम है पढ़ाउली. अब पढ़ाउली क्या है? Originally it was a Shankar temple. Later it was converted into a minor royalties रंग महल. उसमें वो इरोटिक इमेजेस, वो स्कल्पचर है पूरा, ताकि दैट किंग कुड परफॉर्म बेटर. एंड लेटर
ऐसी कहानियां हमें ऐसे ही ट्रैवलर्स बताते हैं.
एंड देन इट वाज सब्सिक्वेंटली कन्वर्टेड इनटू अ माइनर फोर्ट्रेस. सो उसकी जो ट्रांजिशन है वो इट हैपेंड ओवर अबाउट 900 इयर्स. तो वो पढ़ाउली था. और इसी तरह एक पास में और जगह है कॉल्ड मिताउली. अब मिताउली जो है वो एक तकरीबन 100 फुट ऊंची हिल के ऊपर एक पुराना 64 योगिनी टेम्पल है.
Absolute hidden gems that you're talking about. I mean, being a traveler myself, I've not heard of this. These are absolutely hidden gems.
मैं आपको लिंक दूंगा. This particular temple, let me tell you a few things about it. 64 योगिनी by the way is तांत्रिक कल्ट.
अच्छा.
और इसके 2 किस्म के टेम्पल्स होते हैं, या तो वो बिल्कुल रेक्टेंगुलर होंगे या बिल्कुल सर्कुलर होंगे.
अच्छा.
उसका रीजन है कि उसमें 64 योगिनी प्लस शक्ति 65 चैम्बर्स जो हैं उसके पेरिफेरल रूम्स में हैं, और सेंटर में महादेव का एक टेम्पल होता है. और ये जो टेम्पल मिताउली वाला है, आई थिंक बहुत सारे अर्थक्वेक्स इसने सरवाइव किए हैं. एज अ रिजल्ट जो पुरानी पार्लियामेंट बिल्डिंग हम देखते हैं दिल्ली की, उसका आर्किटेक्चर हैज बीन बोरोड. उसका आर्किटेक्चर हैज बीन बोरोड फ्रॉम दैट टेम्पल.
फिर भी नई पार्लियामेंट बिल्डिंग बनाने की जरूरत पड़ गई.
नहीं, लेकिन वो मतलब पार्लियामेंट जो है वो they borrowed it because it was in a way earthquake proof.
Okay. So that was the sole reason.
एक और उसकी ये है कि खासियत जो लोकल्स वहाँ कहते हैं कि इस टेम्पल के ऊपर से पक्षी नहीं उड़ते. They avoid the bird. The birds avoid that temple.
Okay.
So मतलब इस तरह की स्टोरीज हैं, और ये
बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरीज हैं. आई थिंक सुबह से शाम हो जाएगी और हम ऐसी स्टोरीज सुनते ही रहेंगे. So then you entered Madhya Pradesh, and then
from Morena I drove to Gurgaon.
That was it. So, I mean, it's a beautiful trail. Any other trail that you want to tell our viewers that if they want to, really experience the essence of India, which trail they should take?
See, India is not just a country; it's a continent unto itself. And इसमें सब कुछ है. पहाड़ हैं, बीचेस हैं, जंगल है. अब डिपेंडिंग ऑन किसको क्या पसंद है, यहाँ हर किस्म की ट्रेल्स बन सके. यहाँ 300 से ज्यादा तो टाइगर रिजर्व्स है इंडिया में. सो इसलिए ये कहना, लेकिन मैं आई एम अ हेरिटेज हंटर. सो आई डिड अनदर ट्रेल व्हिच वाज फ्रॉम गुड़गांव टू गुड़गांव, but I covered the central India in that. So I went from Gurgaon to Chittor to Mandu, Pandu to Ajanta, Ellora, Aurangabad.
caves.
From there, I returned via Jhalawar, which is one of the 6 hill forts which are inscribed on UNESCO World Heritage List. तो झालावाड़ के बाद बूंदी. So that entire trip, उसमें इंदौर भी आया था बीच में, मैं वो बोल रहा हूँ. So this was also another trail which I did.
So how do you identify these trails?
शौक की बात है, मैं पहले काफ़ी रिसर्च करता हूँ. I research a lot कि कहाँ जाना चाहिए कहाँ नहीं. And thankfully lot of help has been provided. I would say it's destiny or whatever. I get invited to various countries on FAMs. So like Turkey, Cyprus, Mauritius, or Spain, or Iceland, all these places you get invited, and then the tourism board ensures that you get to see the
entire
attractions, so to say.
I mean the main attractions. Correct,
So
correct,
that's
correct.
how I navigate in those places. हर जगह ये नहीं होता, लेकिन जहाँ पॉसिबल है वही होता है. जैसे मध्य प्रदेश में एक और ट्रेल थी which started from Bhopal and took us all the way to Khajuraho on the other side, but Bhopal, Bhimbedka, Sanchi, Chanderi, Khajuraho, ये that entire stretch.
Yeah.
So वो सब भी होता है. Odisha was another trail where we did Jagannath Puri and Cuttack and Konark and all of that. So ये attractions जो हैं, कुछ तो मैं खुद रिसर्च करके अपनी जो ट्रैवल्स बनाता हूँ वो करता हूँ. बाकी फिर इस तरह का समागम बन जाता है जिससे
you get invited. But then आजकल के ज़माने में there are few destinations, particularly अगर इंडिया की बात करें, जैसे कि गोवा. लोगों के लिए ट्रैवल करना मतलब पार्टी, enjoyment सिर्फ हो गया है.
That's passé. आजकल party is not the thought.
But for youngsters, if you can
even
say,
for youngsters,
oh, that's changed.
It's a total trend change which has happened.
So what is the trend?
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
People now are not just looking at travel. They're looking at travel plus experience or travel plus education. They are into that.
They're looking for experiences, as you said.
Experiences and education if possible. For example, all these Times passion trails which I was talking about, like in that, every passion trail, people go back learning something. Yeah. I led their Kumbh trail, so they loved the travel, but at the same time they were very happy to upskill their photography because it was an opportunity, it's available.
Correct,
so why
correct,
not?
Correct.
So that's one. Second, today you talked of Goa.
Yeah.
Goa is not just beaches. Beaches is
it's more than the beaches.
It's not just
it's
the beaches.
Actually covered with forest more than
बहुत कुछ है, मैं बता रहा हूँ. Beaches जो है ना, वो तो एक छोटी सी चीज है कि because it is coastal, so beaches
आ जाते हैं. Yeah.
But it's got a very rich history. It was under Portuguese rule for a long time.
Yeah.
So there are sea fortresses which are sprinkled across Goa, and they start right from Vasai in Bombay.
Oh.
Vasai, Murud Janzira, all
Raigarh,
those places,
all
that
these,
entire
Konkan belt,
coastal
the
belt
region.
is those fortresses. Then it's got very rich Hindu heritage. So there are extremely well revered Hindu temples
in Goa.
And then churches, both Portuguese as well as British. So it's got a very, very rich heritage angle to it. Interestingly, nobody knows this. In India, the first settlers were not in Harappa, Mohenjo-daro. No, the first settlers were in Goa. They still have petroglyphs of in places like Moxie and Usgali Mal. These are small little pockets or villages in Goa where those petroglyphs, they date back to about 12,000 years. So the first settlers were there, not in any other part of the country.
So these experiences, I'm sure people like you can only tell us. So another thing I want to know, that is there a particular destination that you always want to go back to?
Yes, there are some destinations where after I cover it and come back, I realize I have missed out something. So then I want to go back to those destinations. Like Prague was one such destination. Well, we call it Prague, but the locals over there call it Praha.
Praha, yeah.
So Prague was one such destination where I covered a lot, but I went back to cover some more which I had left out.
हमेशा ऐसा लगता होगा ना यार, कुछ छूट गया है, वापस जाना है. So I think Praha is that place for you. और इंडिया में अगर if you talk about such place, which is that place?
अरे इंडिया में तो I must have visited Goa some 35-40 times.
So Goa is that destination that your camera always...
No, but I never realized the rich heritage. So during the COVID lockdown, I was in Bombay at that time, I was based there. So I drove from there to Goa. I spent 8 days just exploring the fortresses, the temples and the churches. So that's one part. Second, I never take my camera. In the past, I never took my camera to Bombay because it is a chaotic city where photography is not a joy. But this time when I was there, at that time lockdown was there. So I have a Press Club of India card as a journalist member card.
Yeah.
So I could step out any time during lockdown. So I have covered Mumbai without people. So I have Marine Drive, Gateway of India, VT, you name it. Every landmark of Mumbai I have shot
without
people.
That's quite interesting.
So going back
the
to
city
the
of
place,
dreams, the place which is never empty.
totally, like
yeah.
they can't even get it vacated for film shoots.
Yeah.
It's
that
that difficult.
crowded, yeah.
But VT is like one of the busiest local and
stations
and junctions.
Yeah.
So वहाँ सामने traffic, every inch of that place is like people are jostling or vehicles are jostling around, etc.
Correct.
लेकिन वो खाली मिला मुझे. So I've got such photographs. So that's another thing.
So speaking of photographs, I mean 45 countries and India mein hi, I'm sure, I mean almost all the states. So how many photographs do you have?
I never
How
counted
many
it.
photographs you must have clicked? I mean, how many times did you click the
Oh.
shutter button?
Well, first of all, I shoot bursts.
Okay.
So which means every shot means I may have taken 10, 12 images
yeah.
of the same
Same
thing. Yeah. But overall, I think I'll have
How many
couple of million.
TBs of data and millions of photographs?
Well, a lot of TVs, and I've got, I think, a couple of million images. 20 लाख तो होंगे.
Oh my god. So the last
अगर आप
segment-
मेरा इंस्टाग्राम देखें
हाँ.
पिछले 7.5 साल से
हाँ.
रोज एटलीस्ट एक फोटो मैं डालता हूँ. 7.5 साल
So let's do the math then.
2500 से ज्यादा फोटोज.
Just on his Instagram, by the way. So I'm sure हम travel का अंदाजा तो लगा ही सकते हैं. But then again, I want to know about your journey. I mean, was there a particular thing that really inspired you to hold that camera and then travel? कोई ऐसी कोई कहानी है बचपन की या कुछ something is there?
बचपन की कहानी तो मैंने बताई थी ना
हाँ.
कि 10-11 साल का था
हाँ,
मैं.
हाँ,
उस
हाँ.
वक्त मेरे को वो फादर ने एक TLR दिया था. अब उस जमाने में एक फिल्म रोल में मुझे अगर मैं पोर्ट्रेट ओरिएंटेशन में खींचूं तो 8, अगर लैंडस्केप ओरिएंटेशन में खींचूं तो 12 फोटोग्राफ्स मिलती थी 620 के रोल में. और फिर उसकी डेवलपिंग, फिर उसकी वो प्रोसेसिंग, डेवलपिंग, उसके बाद फिर प्रिंट्स बनाने एटसेट्रा. इट वाज अ वेरी एक्सपेंसिव हॉबी फॉर अ मिडिल क्लास चाइल्ड लाइक मी बिकॉज हमारे
then you
बस
totally
लिमिटेड वो
converted
थे.
your passion into your profession also then, and
Yeah.
that's very difficult. And my next part is this only, that बहुत सारे लोगों को passion होता है आपके जैसे था कि photography करनी है, travel करना है, but then you need to invest a lot of money.
I
So
invested.
लोग पीछे हट
No,
जाते
I
हैं.
invested.
So how do you?
There are two parts to it. One, during my corporate life, I traveled some.
Yeah.
So मतलब वो सिंगापुर, दुबई, फ्रांस, because we had Microsoft as a client, etc. So कई जगह
So
मैं
you were
घूमा हूँ.
traveling.
लेकिन उसके बाद after creating my portfolio and whatever, I started getting invites for the family.
Yeah, but then अगर आज के टाइम में किसी को as a career travel photography start करनी है, then how that person can start?
He or she should have a second source of income for sure.
Okay.
Because इसकी it's a very spiky business. इसमें कभी आपको assignment मिलेगी, कभी नहीं मिलेगी. So you should have a alternate source.
Second source of income is very important.
For example, मैं दो चीज करता हूँ. Besides travel photography, I shoot architecture for
For certain
architects,
clients.
for architects and interior guys. Or I also run workshops. I teach photography. So
Correct,
that's
So
how
you
it-
need to have something, that is paying your bills, because as you mentioned, आप इसे as one profession lead करना बहुत difficult है.
नहीं, even travel writing is similar. For example, you send an article to even the decent publications. It ranges from a fixed fee per article
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
few rupees per word kind of a arrangement.
Yeah.
So these are not, as they say, your creativity cannot pay your bills unless you have some other channels available for income.
Correct. And then again, another important thing कि सारी जर्नी जो होती है वो फूल नहीं बिछे होते हैं. आई एम श्योर कांटे भी कहीं ना कहीं आ जाते हैं. ठीक है. सो आपकी ट्रैवल जर्नी में what were the main challenges that you even now face, and if you want to give certain tips to the budding travel photographers that they should keep in mind?
See, one of the bigger challenges is safety of your equipment.
आई एम श्योर हमारे इधर भी कैमरा के पीछे भी जो हमारे कैमरा पर्सन रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं वो भी अग्री करते होंगे.
बिल्कुल.
सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट अपना इक्विपमेंट होता है प्यारा.
I lost about $12,000 worth of equipment in Stockholm, one of the safest cities in the world. मेरी आंखों से मेरा बैग 90 सेकंड के लिए ओझल हुआ और उतने में
It was kind of-
Yeah. So that is one. Second is कौन सी जगह, कौन सी अट्रैक्शन वीक के किस दिन खुली या बंद है, ये थोड़ी सी स्टडी आपको पहले करके जाना चाहिए.
So that means all the research needs to be done before you travel to any destination. That will make your journey easier.
राइट. और तीसरी चीज है वेदर. कभी
Another
बारिश हो
important.
गई, कभी बहुत धूप है, कभी कुछ है. सो वो यू हैव टू बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट एंड
Correct.
स्टिल मेक योर शॉट्स. सो यू कांट, एज अ ट्रैवल फोटोग्राफर यू कांट से नहीं ये मैं दोबारा आके करूँगा, बट यू कांट अफोर्ड दैट. सो यू हैव टू मेक फ्रेंड्स विद द एलिमेंट. जो भी वेदर कंडीशंस हैं उसी में आपको मैनेज करना है.
So now I have a very quick, fun sort of a segment. So
जी.
I'll quickly ask you 4-5 questions, and you have to like sort of a rapid fire. जल्दी से जवाब देना है.
अरे
ठीक है?
यार,
So what has
बोलिए.
been your favorite destination?
I have two favorite destinations, Beijing and Cape Town.
Any specific region?
Beijing for heritage, Cape Town for its nature. It's a 300-year-old city with no building which is older than 10 years. So
Okay, that's
it's
quite
it's a very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so most must-have travel item that you've literally carried everywhere with you.
camera.
Apart from that, I mean that was
Okay.
obvious.
Swiss knife.
The Swiss knife. Why so?
Swiss knife is useful for lots of situations. So it's always in my check-in bag.
That's quite. I mean, maybe for the camera fixing,
Anything,
and
everything.
everything. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. So your dream travel destination that you still need to tick mark.
Oh, tick mark वो पता नहीं होगी कि नहीं, because it's a very pricey destination. It's very expensive to visit. Antarctica.
I was guessing the same.
Antarctica is one. Actually, more than Antarctica.
Yeah.
in slightly north of Antarctica, there is an island called South Georgia.
South Georgia. Okay.
I would like to visit that because that is the hub of emperor penguins. So that's one thing which is stuck
That's
in my
actually
head.
on my dream destination list too. Okay, so the most unique food that you've literally tried while traveling, something very different or experimental, because food and travel, they go hand in hand.
Lots of stuff. For example, in Tanzania or in Kenya, I've eaten. I've had gazelle. I've had ostrich. I've had crocodile. I've had
Wow.
giraffe.
That's quite, I mean,
Yeah,
guts.
but in Sweden,
yeah.
I had uncooked, raw, rare willow grouse, which was served as a starter with caviar on top and some other garnishings. And then the main course was reindeer.
I just have one word for all this, guts. ठीक है? So,
I eat anything and everything. That creepy crawlies aside, I eat anything and everything.
and कोई ऐसी जगह का cuisine that really, you know, really inspired you, or maybe, you know, said, oh wow, this cuisine is really unexplored and really nice.
Well, I wouldn't say unexplored, but I was quite surprised, and I found it very interesting that the cuisine in Spain was very, very, very close to my heart, because their paella or whatever
Also
you
very
have.
similar to Indian cuisine as
Yes,
well. हमारा
yes.
चावल, उनका
वो
पाया.
मसाले उनके
टमाटर
थोड़े डिफरेंट
वगैरह,
होंगे,
हाँ.
लेकिन है वो
Style
हमारे
of cuisine जैसे.
So that's
ठीक है.
very interesting.
So one most underrated destination.
Morena. Nobody knows about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Nobody
It's a
talks
hidden
about
gem
it.
also.
Yeah, nobody
So
knows.
we are talking about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. People should talk about Morena now.
I know. So yes, Morena is one such. Another one, Kutna Hora,
Kutna Hora.
which I talked about, the Bone Church.
Yeah. The Bone
Over there,
Church.
Bone Church is not
In
the only
Praha.
thing. Yeah, no, in Czech Republic.
Oh,
In
yeah,
Czech
in Czech Republic.
Now, that's not the only thing. Bone Church is one of them. Then there is St. Barbara's Cathedral and Cathedral of Our Lady. These two combined are a UNESCO site. St. Barbara is the patron saint of miners. That place was known for silver mining at one time. अब तो वो silver वहाँ कम रह गया. But when miners started to die in the mines, they created that cathedral. So that's second. And very interestingly, I also came across a chocolate museum in Kutna Hora.
Chocolate museum. We've heard of the chocolate factory, but museum seems
You know
to
that
be
there is a particular scale which measures the pungency of
the
chilies. Of
yeah,
chilies.
Yeah.
Usme the number one chili.
It's our Assamese.
No. This is from Latin America.
Okay.
That chili, they said, would you like to try chili chocolate? And I had chili chocolate. After that, somebody had clicked my video and they saw my face color changing and my expression changing. So then I asked for water. They said water will do nothing. So they gave me chilled milk to, take care of that.
Take care of the chili. Yeah, that's generally we do that. Yeah. So my one last question to you, sir. आजकल के ज़माना जो है वो एकदम रील्स का ज़माना, इंस्टाग्राम, सोशल मीडिया का ज़माना है. लोग घूमने से ज़्यादा अपना फ़ोन लेकर के रिकॉर्डिंग में लग जाते हैं. So what is your take on it as a travel photographer?
मेरे को भी आज भी रिव्यूज के लिए बुलाते हैं वो रिजॉर्ट्स वगैरह जैसे कॉबेट एंड ये वो तो वो रील मांगते हैं, वो सब करते हैं. लेकिन मेरी उनसे एक ही गुजारिश रहती है कि यार ये सब जो है ना, ये 3 घंटे से लेके 3 दिन तक टॉप ऑफ माइंड रहेगा, उसके बाद ये सब नीचे चला जाएगा. बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली कंटेंट कीप्स गेटिंग पुश्ड डाउन एज न्यूअर कंटेंट कीप्स गेटिंग एडिड. या सो मैं उनसे यही कहता हूँ कि ठीक है, रील बना देंगे आपके लिए, मैं इंस्टाग्राम स्टोरी भी कर देंगे और वो सब कर देंगे, लेकिन अगर आप मेरी माने तो एक ब्लॉग पोस्ट ज़रूर लीजिए. मेरे 7 साल पुराने ब्लॉग आज भी सर्च होते हैं एंड दे आर on Google page 1. So I suggest it to them, but unki marketing agency, their PR agency, in their wisdom, whatever they are
But
deciding
also-
is different.
But also people like us, like anyone who's traveling is always recording, उन्हें status डालना है, ये डालना है. So is it, are they really enjoying the travel, or are they really doing it just for show off or something?
They are not travelers.
They are not travelers.
They are essentially social media, so I hate the term influencers, as they call it, although they influence nothing.
Not just influencers, but just general people also like us. If it,
जो भी है,
Yeah.
लेकिन अगर वो अल्टीमेटली सोशल मीडिया पे डालने के लिए वो सब कर रहे हैं, तो
so they
they are
want
not,
to influence.
no, they are not one enjoying the travel.
Yeah, that was my.
हाँ, they are not enjoying the travel because travel means it needs to be, you have to soak it in, you have to be, it has to be immersive. And अगर वो नहीं कर रहे हो, आप सिर्फ अपनी रील्स बनाने
So
पे
what
लगे हो,
does
then you are not
travel mean
enjoying.
to you?
To me, travel means actually relating to the local ethos of a place. Like मैं कभी भी कहीं भी जाके ये नहीं कि मैं इंडियन फूड खाऊंगा, no, whatever that particular place offers,
One should definitely try.
I just
Like
go for
we
that.
have biscuits right now, so we do that.
Okay.
So that was it. Thank you, Ajay sir, for sharing all your experiences. You'll say don't call me sir, but then still नहीं हो पाता है अंदर से respect.
नहीं, it's fine, and no, I really enjoyed this talk, and I hope those who
Yeah.
see it and hear
Also,
it enjoy it.
Morena, we've discovered a hidden gem in India, Morena.
India,
So I thought
absolutely.
that this podcast really made some sense, definitely. और हमारी travel talkies जो है ऐसे ही चलती रहेंगी, and we'll be back with more such interesting episodes. So keep watching.